guys regarding the Honda HRC 216 commercial 21-inch lawnmower. This is a modification I made to my HRC 216 to make the unit overall more reliable and also more productive. And that is, I was starting to get really frustrated as the mower on more than one occasion would start to bog down and cut out, and it was acting like it wasn't getting fuel, yet I knew the mower itself was getting fuel. I had just filled it, so that wasn't an issue, but it was running, it was choking, just like I said, like the carburetor wasn't getting fuel. Finally, after messing around with it, flipping it on its side to check things out, flipping it back, it would start again. So that led me to the idea that the fuel filter was probably clogged up on it. So I decided to take the gas tank apart and pull it out, and I found this. This is the tiny little fuel filter strainer that's in there. It is absolutely tiny, and half of it is all you have sticking out. The other half is actually in the tube or the fuel line. So as you can see, it doesn't take much for this to clog up. So what I ended up doing, like I said, I took it all apart. I ended up just pulling this completely out and putting the fuel line directly into the fuel tank. And leaving this completely out. But what I did on the outside is I actually cut the fuel line in half, and I put in an inline fuel filter like you would see on a much larger mower on the outside. So I'll show you that. So here is my Honda HRC 216. I'll just turn the fuel shut-off switch off, and we'll turn it on its side so you can get a better view. So as we look down there, you can see what I ended up doing there. So you have this fuel line coming off of the actual fuel tank. That's where this little strainer was inside of, and that's the only thing that was filtering out any debris or anything, any dirt or anything that you might get in the fuel tank. This is the only thing that would stop it. So you can see it would clog up pretty easily. There's not much there. So if you have a little bit of sediment and stuff in your fuel tank over time, just with the suction, it all gets attracted to this, and there's not much surface area here, so it can clog up pretty quick. So by taking this out, now I have a free flow of fuel going through there, and like I said, I just cut the fuel line in half, put in an inline fuel filter that I had a spare one of, actually from my old John Deere tractor, from the maintenance kit for it, and then obviously this goes to the carburetor. Now at the time when I installed this, because I was so frustrated with the mower not running properly and I had a bunch of lawns to do, I just cut this and threw it on there, and I used some of my baling wire. Now you guys know that I've used baling wire for a lot of things, keep it on the truck, and it just comes in really handy for quick fixes, tying up broken handles, anything that you may need a quick fix on. So I ended up just wrapping some around here and tightening it and using it basically as some clamps on the hose, with the eventual thought that I would at my dealer stop and get a couple more of these types of clamps to put on there. But the thing is, you always every time you go to your dealer, you forget and you end up leaving the other ones on there. The baling wire, as you can see, there's no leaks. I've had it like this now going on a year, and the mower's had no more issues with as far as fuel goes. So you can see, the nice thing here is that it's a clear fuel filter. You can see if there's any sediment, and you can see some nastiness in there already. Let's see if we can twist this around. But yeah, ever since I installed the inline fuel filter, it completely got rid of any issues with the mower choking and just acting like it was running out of fuel. So that's it for this one, guys. So if you have the Honda HRC 216 and you start experiencing those same types of issues where the mower seems to bog down, like it's not getting enough fuel, but you know there's fuel in there, then you know, check your inline little fuel screen there that's in that fuel tank. And like I said, for me, when I was using it, you know, one of the clear indications of it is that after the engine would die, I would, put the mower on its side or shake it around to try to loosen up, slosh that fuel around to try to loosen up any debris that may be on that screen, and the mower would start again. So I knew right away that, there was an issue there with that little screen constantly getting clogged. I would start up, I would mow a little bit longer, maybe 5 or 10 minutes, and then it would start to choke out again. So by removing that little tiny screen and putting in place a big pleated, filter inline paper type screen there, it alleviated all of those issues, and I haven't had any problems with that. So I would give that a check if you're having those same types of issues with your Honda HRC 216. So that's it for this one, guys. If you like this video, make sure you hit that like button. If you haven't subscribed yet, consider subscribing. Leave a comment down below and let me know if you've experienced any of these similar type issues with your Honda HRC 216, and let me know what you did about it. If you just ended up cleaning it, taking it in for service, or doing what I did and put an inline filter in place. So that's it for this one, guys. Here's to wishing you guys all overwhelming success and freedom in your lawn care business. Bye for now.